Right, we're back, baby.
We are back.
What's that all the dude brothers say? We are so back.
We're so back.
We are
bro.
so back, baby.
3-month hiatus.
Yeah.
How you been, Jen? Well, I've seen you, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, fancy seeing you here. Yeah, things have been good. Sorry that we took such a long break.
Yeah.
Life has been life in. We're still going to be continuing the podcast, but Grace is moving to Bristol.
Yes, I am. So this will be, if anyone who is watching this instead of listening to it, this will be the last time you see us in these
this
walls.
humble abode.
Yeah, but we'll still have this sofa.
Yeah.
This is my sofa.
Yeah.
And sofas are expensive.
Yeah, so you'll still see Grace's sofa, but we're going to be doing it remotely, so it will be like us recording it at home. So you can see my gaff as well, and
Yeah,
all of
exactly.
my animals crawling all over me all the time. And
No, it's going to be well.
yeah, and because we're doing that, the episodes will be more regular as well. And I'm sure we'll arrange a little Bristol visit, Bristol pods at some point.
Yeah, definitely going to have to arrange you to come down to Bristol to
Yeah.
shoot a pod, because that's just a given.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sad to be leaving London, but I'm also so ready.
Yeah,
It's
I
the end
think.
of an era.
Yeah, it's the end of an era, but it's the start of something good, I think. And because London is just
It's not it now.
no, it's not it, man. It's too expensive. It's too brassic. It's too broke up. It's too shambolic. It's just all of the words.
All the above.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree. But I've lived in Bristol before, so I know what to expect. I lived there when I was a teenager. So
Yeah.
I'm excited. Obviously, it's not going to be the same. I'm not going to be the same.
Yeah.
Because I was very different back then.
Yeah.
Especially in Bristol, wow.
Yeah.
I'm just looking forward to a bit of a slower pace of life.
Yeah.
You know?
More nature, slower
Exactly.
pace, like more places for the doggos to go outside and play and
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. And there's a good community in Bristol. And I think we spoke about it before in the podcast, with how like Bristol has that kind of like, it's very creative, which is great, especially for me.
yeah.
But it also has that kind of like anti-establishment energy to it, which Reggie, get up here now.
Can you
Your
just
little tappy
stop,
toes,
please?
dogs everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
Bristol just has like a great vibe, and it has a bit of a punk anarchist.
Yeah, it's quite like
And-
revolutionary there. Everybody's pretty progressive and on it, and it's not so much like crying leftists. They're all quite like, hey,
they're
up
like-
for it. Yeah.
They are definitely.
Yeah, well, a bit more
cider
like,
drinking.
because they're all on K, but
Oh no, is it still like that?
it is a little bit, yeah. Like, no, so apologies, any Bristolians listening, because I know you're not all like that, but yeah, I don't know. Also, maybe it's just the type of person I attract when I go there. But
It's the K-head magnet.
yeah, I can't stand the stuff, but K-heads seem to love me. For I don't know why, because I talk too fast for them. So they're just like staring at me like, all right, me babber.
The West Country accent. That's one thing as well I'm a little bit worried about, is like being a native West Country girl.
Your accent, when I come and visit, you're gonna be like, all right, my lover.
I do not think so.
Yeah. It already comes out when you say like Bath.
Yeah, well, there's
Yeah.
things. I've obviously tried to repress my West Country accent
Yeah.
for many years, and I've become very good at it.
Yeah.
But there are things that
Yeah.
know,
You say like Bath.
Bath,
Yeah.
grass,
Yeah.
grass,
Yeah. I like it. I don't think you should suppress it.
It is a bit. I do
I
like
think it's a
the
vibe.
accent. Like I've got some good friends with some very thick West Country accents, and actually, to be fair, my friend Luke, who was viewing some houses for me because I couldn't get down to Bristol, I was on the phone to him, and after about 10 minutes, I think I was.
Carrot crunching. Yeah.
Say my darling.
Yeah, all right, my darling. All right,
Well,
Reggie.
Right, well, all the dogs just settle the fuck now.
Yes.
Reggie
you
hasn't
don't-
seen Meggie in a minute, and 3 months you haven't seen these girls, have you?
Yeah,
And you're just very excited. And
yeah, it's all getting a
we
bit
all
frisky.
know Meggie is
Yeah.
excited.
And when we say it's getting frisky, it's not Reggie doing the frisking. Meggie is an absolute animal.
Yeah, she's in a timeout behind
Yeah.
the cameras.
So, how was your birthday weekend?
My birthday weekend was really beautiful, actually. Obviously, last year we really did it up
Yeah.
in LA.
Yeah.
And 35, I think you have to, innit?
Yeah, it's a milestone in the middle of the
Exactly.
30s.
But
Yeah.
36 is such a
Yeah.
age. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
What are we doing? Like, nothing.
Yeah.
But it was perfect because obviously my day?
Yeah.
My
day.
My birthday was on the Saturday, and obviously Mother's Day was on the Sunday.
Yeah.
So I thought, fuck it, let's go and stay with
See mother,
Mummy.
dear. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really nice to go and see my mum. My mum lives by the beach, and it couldn't have come at a better time because this weekend was just lush.
Banging. So nice.
Yeah, just went on really nice walks on the beach, went for some runs, attempted to swim, but no.
Bit too cold still though, innit?
No, it wasn't even about the cold, I don't mind that. It's a bit rough out there.
Yeah, oh yeah, well it's like surfing.
Me and Mario got a bit shook. We looked at the signs and it was like, oh, maybe we should respect the signs, respect the sea and all that.
Yeah.
So like, we just like, dipped in a toe. Mario got up to his waist, but I dipped in a toe. And then the next day, I went for a walk on the beach with my mum, and there was literally a 70-year-old woman stripped down into her little bathers, put a little swimming cap on, and was out there doing front crawl. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, but she must have like that core strength. I think when people have been living by the sea their whole life, they got that core strength, man, even how old they are.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And my mum, being the chatty patty that she is, she just walked straight up to me. She went, "You have the most gorgeous body."
Yeah.
I was like, "Mum, she's gonna think that you're
Stop
fucking
lezzing
coming
off.
On,
Yeah.
She's gonna think you're coming onto her."
Oh,
speaking
Mickey.
of.
Speaking of Leather of the Year.
This dog over here.
Oh, Reggie's following her, to be fair.
Reggie
So
loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was really nice, and it was really nice to just be with my mum. It's not very often that I get to spend, like, obviously I celebrate my mother on Mother's Day, but it's not very often that you actually get to be, I get to be with my mum because she lives
so
far
far.
away.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really nice to be with her, and honestly, it was just nice to be back at my mum's house.
Yeah.
My mum is, I don't know if your mum does this. I think this is more of like a granny thing to do.
Yeah.
But like, literally, my mum would be like, I'll be like, I really like these plates you got, Mum. She's like, you can have them.
Oh my God. My mum is so
like
like that.
I was like, these are really good. Take it.
Yeah, yeah.
Literally, I came home, the like the tartan laundry bags.
Yes.
The big ones.
Oh my God.
I came home with 5 of them.
Oh my
full.
God.
I got new pillows.
Yeah.
I got new plates.
Yeah.
I got new egg cups. She's like, did you boil eggs?
Oh, I love a dippy egg though, egg and soldiers.
But they're really cool because my mum goes to all these weird little car boot sales and like vintage markets and stuff. So everything
She
she
gets
has
all the little like old vintage bric-a-brac, like
Exactly. All right, let me just show you, for example, my mum. So I'll explain it really well for people who are listening. It's not just like random shit my mum gets me. It's actually
like
kind of cool shit.
Yeah, good shit.
So she was like, "Do you want this?"
What the fuck is that?
She was like, "It's not ivory, it's bone."
Yeah. Oh,
I was like,
okay.
So it's not.
Elephant tusk.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's made out of some like cow bone or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's a little pot.
That is.
And for anyone listening, it's basically...
That is so cute.
Yeah, it's carved out of bone, and it's like a cat's head poking out of like a pile of...
dead mice.
Yeah, are they dead? Mice? Rats? I don't know. Is that a tail? Or is that just like a miscellaneous...
That kind of looks like a willy.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. But just, to get back to the point.
Yeah.
Mum had some cool shit.
Yeah.
And I just used it like I had a fucking
Nando's
it was
card.
like a black card from Nando's, and I just got everything for free. And I was like, yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I've even got a fucking, from my mum, I got a boxing bag.
Oh, swear?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Saw it in the car boot before you'd like it. I should have bought it like a year ago. I just waiting for you to come
How
down
did you
and
get
get
it back?
I got a car.
Oh, well, Mario was driving?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. That's absolutely insane. But mums are so like that. I love going pilfering through my mum's house. Because I think,
the shit out of
I think
my
your
mum's
mum's quite similar to my mum in just that she's like a maximalist. So my mum's got like prints, clothes. Like I'll go through. My mum's got loads of kimonos. So I'll just go through and I'll be like, oh, that's quite nice. Go on. This is hers.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. She's just like, anytime I put try on something, or she'll go, oh, I think I've got a couple bits that might look nice on you.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes, Mum, you missed the mark. But
it's a thought that counts.
yeah,
Nine times out of 10.
most of the time it's like quite good stuff.
But yeah, your mum and my mum are very similar in the fact that they're very eccentric.
Yeah.
And they're very creative and
Yeah.
artistic.
Yeah,
you
very
know?
artistic. Because Mum used to do like silk painting back in the day and stuff like
So
that.
did my mum.
Oh, what, silk painting
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well?
my mum was a silk painter and a batik
I
artist.
feel like that was so of the time.
Of the
Like the
time.
90s.
The hippies
yeah,
mums
like,
of the
yeah,
90s.
silk painting.
Bit of batik,
Yeah.
bit of wax here,
yeah.
bit of Gouda there.
Yeah. Gouda, that's a blast from the past. Yeah, proper.
Oh, I used
That's
to
so
love that
cute,
shit.
yeah.
I actually went to school with a boy called Tristan, and his mum was similar to our mums, like very creative, very eccentric, very kooky. And she was a batik artist, and she had this. They lived in the middle of nowhere, and we used to have crazy parties there. They used to just let the kids come and just do whatever, we wanted.
I'd rather you did it in the house.
For my 15th birthday, we had like this massive party in the barn, and like my friends, they were in a band called Phallic, and they were all boys in my year at school, and they learnt the song City of Angels by Distillers, and I sang it in the shed for my birthday with all my friends.
You sang it?
Yeah, I did have my proper Brodie Armstrong moment. It was sick. I lost my virginity that night.
So you did a good job then. Oh my
God,
gosh.
I think it's just because I was a birthday girl. I don't think it has anything to do with my performance. Oh God, yeah. But so back to the point. Tristan's mum, she was an artist as well, and her mum and my mum used to do like workshops and stuff. And I used to just like make all these like batik sheets and things like that when I was a kid, and they'd have these like huge barrels of indigo dye just fall to the top.
It's
like,
gotta be
I could
indigo
literally
though,
dunk myself in it. It was so big.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was so much fun. I used to
Has
love
to
that
be
shit as a
fucking
kid.
indigo.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Yeah, it's
What other
fun.
colour?
Yeah.
Indigo, turquoise, or like mystic purple, I call it. You know that purple that's like all the old tie-dye sheets?
Yeah.
Like Nag Champa,
Yeah.
that whole kind of fucking head shop
My
vibe.
mum's got some velvet curtains she's trying to give me actually. There's that colour.
Oh God, velvet. Ugh.
I know you hate velvet.
I hate it.
love
I can't stand it. It makes
All
my
the
bum
pillows
go
that-
like, ooh.
All the vintage pillows that my mum gave me, all these cushions are all velvet. I love it.
I don't get why I don't know, am I autistic? I don't know.
Well, as someone who's very sensitive to certain sensory things, I get it. Like, it's just velvet is one that I
It's
like.
just, it's because I don't know if it's because the hair's too short or I don't know, it just makes me feel like, makes my teeth feel itchy.
Like when, fingers on a chalkboard kind of.
Yeah, because I'm like, the fingers on the chalkboard, I'm like not really too bothered about that.
But the
which is
equivalent
weird.
of
But
to
it's
you.
exactly like that, or you know, like when you squeeze a cotton bud.
No, I don't have a thing with cotton.
And it cotton's fine.
I could rub cotton on my teeth. And it wouldn't
That
bother me.
also is fine. It's just when you squeeze it, it goes like. Let me know if you relate. If you squeeze it, it squeaks. Like if you get a cotton ball and you squeeze
Screaming
it,
'cause you're killing it.
Yeah. It's like it is like that. Like it's
Okay.
like it's dying.
I had no idea that cotton was alive.
If you squeeze it, listen out. It's like listening for the sea in a shell.
Oh, speaking of shells, I collected some shells
Oh,
from the
cute.
beach at my mum's.
Yeah.
And I found a perfect one that's an ashtray for you.
Oh, yay! Thank you.
welcome.
Ashtray shell.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I grew up with like my mum used like scallop shells.
Yeah.
And like oyster shells as ashtrays. all the
Really?
time.
That-
Yeah.
I've-
Country, innit?
Yeah, and also seaside country.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Seaside. down.
Yeah, but that sounds cute. That sounds like you had a nice little birthday
Yeah,
then.
it was
Yeah.
great. Did you do anything for Mother's Day?
No, because I was in Glasgow I was doing a Glasgow comedy festival. I did a split with my friend Lamal Jermaine, which was fun. But it was like 10 people. But it was still good. Like,
Was
I mean,
everyone laughing?
yeah, well,
There
two
you
of
go
them
then.
were his parents, and then another two were people
They're
that
the
he used to
hardest
work
ones
with.
to please.
They were so sweet, honestly.
Okay,
They were
good.
so nice, and they were like laughing, and like his mum come up afterwards and gave me a big hug and a kiss on the cheek. So they were really sweet. But it was like Glasgow's. It's an interesting place.
Glaswegians are just.
Yeah, well, my uncle.
Would you
Mark's
say they
uncle-
were the more crazy of the Scottish?
Yeah, they're compared to people from Edinburgh, 100%. Yeah, they're a lot more.
Loose.
Yeah, like
Loose goose.
we went for.
That's not a bonk machine.
Yeah, that's not a bonk machine.
Your stick's not even
You're
on
a
the
green man. Yeah. Yeah, because...
Okay, sorry, we need to stop.
We were
really
in,
love Scottish memes.
Yeah, we were in the Weatherspoons, and it was like fucking 10 in the morning, packed to the rafters.
Oh yeah.
Everyone bevving it up because I think like Celtic were playing or something. I think it was.
And were they playing it in spoons?
No, because they don't play nothing in spoons.
That's
People were just fucking going absolutely ham.
When I worked there was no music.
Yeah, no music. That's the thing with the spoons. There's no music. There's no vibe. Just fucking really cheap drinks. Yeah. And then like, so we did the show and that was really good.
Especially at 10 a.m. when it opens.
Well, it was like, it looked like it'd been open all day because it was literally packed. Like we couldn't get a seat. And my mate Lim was like, it's 10 in the morning, bro. I was like, it's Glasgow, baby. Like, welcome to the madhouse. And so we did the show and then like we left it the next morning. And literally, like, as I was walking to get the airport shuttle, there was just piles of vomit and glass like everywhere. I was just like, oh,
minefield
yeah.
is sick.
But it was that classic thing of like all the girls out. Like it was cold in Glasgow because it was beautiful in the south, but up north was not nice weather. Yeah,
it's
and there was all the girls in the little mini skirts and all of that with no jackets on and stuff like that. I was like, oh, this is peak British culture.
Yeah, plastic legs.
Yeah, British couture. And so that was good fun. But by the time I'd got back, Mum was already snoozing because it took me fucking ages because my flight was delayed and then the coach was delayed. And I was just there like, oh my God, get me home. Like, because we went all that way to do half an hour to 10 people. And it was an amazing opportunity in Glasgow Comedy Festival. Shout out to you guys because it's really good. But obviously no one knows who the fuck we are. Do you know what I mean? Because even the agency was like, oh, push the gig. I'm like, push to who, bro? Like, I don't know no one in Glasgow. Do you know what I mean? Like, who am I pushing to? My friends from London are not going to be trekking all that way.
That's a different country.
Yeah, and because it literally cost me like fucking like nearly 2 bills to get there. And I'm like,
it's so expensive.
It's crazy. I'm like, I could literally go to, that's like halfway to Thailand. Unless you want to
get the coach, which is like 9, 10
That would have
hours.
taken us 12 hours to get the coach. And I'm like, I'm not leaving yesterday. Like, I'm leaving on the day. Do you know what I mean? I already had to get up at 5.
You can fly to LA in less time.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, that's true. That is actually insane. But yeah, so that was good.
You also played Hackney Empire. Talk about that. That is fucking incredible, babe.
Yes.
You should be so proud of yourself.
Yeah, that was very, very cool. So that was last Wednesday, I think. So yeah, that was like the biggest room I've played. Like,
get your ADHD dog.
I
know.
know.
Just hold him down or something.
Just be good.
We're trying to talk about your mum's fucking.
He don't give
Hackney
a shit.
Empire.
He doesn't like me going out. He's just happy when I come home. He's like,
bless
finally, he stopped abandoning me.
her.
Come on.
So anyway, Hackney Empire, talk to me about it.
So it was just like a dream of a night. Biggest room I've done. It was like 1,300 people there. Yeah, it was all 3 floors. So yeah, I've never played to people up on the ceiling, basically.
How was it?
It was amazing, like absolutely smashed it. I was like really nervous beforehand, obviously, but like once I got up on stage, it was just one of those things where I was like, this is where I'm meant to be, like this is what I want, exactly this. And like everything was just hitting, and it was with Tom Davis, Laura Smith, Romesh Ranganathan, Jack Skipper, Josh Widdicombe, Helen Bauer. Like it was stacked lineup. For the King's Trust for like getting working class people into like script writing and creative stuff. So yeah, and then they had a car for me afterwards.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I was like worried because the gig ran over and I was like going up to the girl from the agency like, oh, like is the car still gonna be there? And she was like, babe, they're paid to wait. Like,
you're the talent guy.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, it's not like Uber.
Yeah, it's on your time.
Yeah, time. Exactly. They're not like ringing me every 5 minutes. She was like, there's no rush. Like, if you want to have a drink or whatever, like, they'll take you whenever you're ready. And I was like, well, half living.
Yes. I'm so happy.
Yeah,
That's
so it was
sick.
amazing. Yeah, so things are picking up, man. I'm starting to get the juicy gigs now, which is nice. Just need to get the juicy money next, but it will come. It will come.
You know.
And then so I did Brighton Beach House as well, which was super cute.
What's that, like a comedy show?
It's at Soho House in Brighton.
Okay.
They have they put comedy nights on in Soho House.
I didn't know Brighton was posh enough to have a Soho House.
Well, let me not
borderline.
speak. Yeah, I'm like, let me just not speak on that. I think it's doing all right. And of course, it was beautiful, but the weather was not amazing that weekend. But it is stunning, and because Jill has a membership now, so we should go one time. Yeah, because it was lovely. They don't have a hotel, but it was nice.
Big up Jen's sister Jill.
Yeah, little backdoor entries. Oh God. But yeah, so that was with Rosie Jones and Tanya Moore.
Okay, sick. So you're hanging out with Rosie?
Yeah, so I was hanging out with Rosie.
Oh my God,
yeah.
our girl Rosie.
So, she absolutely loves you, man. She
fucking love
the whole
her.
night we were going, hey, with our tattoos. Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah, she's super sweet. So we went to like a little gay bar down the road from Brighton Beach House because we were in Soho House. We could have stayed. But Rosie was like, it's a bit expensive in here, isn't it? And I'm like, you're Rosie Jones, man. I'm like,
but also, she's like very down to earth.
She's
energy.
so down to earth.
Like,
yeah.
you know, I'm sure she thrives in Soho House and has a great time.
Yeah, of course.
But I imagine her on like Brighton Pier,
yeah,
in some gay bar.
Yeah, just
you know, drinking some
a pint.
dodgy, some dodgy cocktails or a pint, just having the best time.
Yeah, she's so down to earth. Like we were just dancing all night to like Boot Scooting Baby and like the Macarena. Yeah. And then halfway through the night, she started arm wrestling me. She's strong, boy. Like, she's got some fucking core strength on her. So she was like arm wrestling me, and I won. No, I won, okay. And then she went, wow, is that what you do? Just go around beating people with cerebral palsy. So I hope you're proud of yourself. Oh my God, and my sister was like filming it, and she was like, post it. You want to get cancelled before you've even started. And I was like, oh my God. The whole night she just kept looking at me going, wow, I really thought you were better than that, babe. So that was, legend. Yeah, she is an absolute legend. Like, shout out to Rosie Jones.
What we should do after we film this is we should message her and say, I am on a limit of how long I'm in London, so we should go out.
Yeah, she's in Melbourne. At the comedy festival, yeah.
How dare she?
And you know,
leave the country when I'm leaving London. Yeah.
She, because we were talking about it because she was literally leaving the day after the gig. Oh no, the day after, like on a Sunday. And I was like, oh yeah, it's easy to get the train to Gatwick from Brighton. She went, I ain't getting a train. I'm getting picked up by a car. She's like, I'm Rosie Jones. Like, I was like, okay, this is the level of country I aspire to. Like, I want to be picked up by cars.
She's Taskmaster, bro.
Yeah,
you think she's getting a train?
Innit? I know, and I was just like, oh, I forget who I'm even in a room with. Yeah, it's not like...
Again, it's because she's so fucking down to earth.
Yeah, well, that's it.
She never makes you feel like you're in a room with a celebrity.
Not at all, man. Like, no, you don't feel any way, like, looked down on or nothing. And, like, yeah, big ups to Rosie because she, like, proper, you know, gave me some really good advice and... been like chatting me up to the agency and everything like that, so it's been really, yeah, she's a legend, man. And yeah, she was like, oh, tell Grace I love her, blah blah blah. So
well, we should all try and link up in Bristol if you two ever do gigs there.
Yeah, and also just like try and get her on the pod at some point.
It would be
Rosie, please,
if she'd be up for it.
Yeah, I think that'd be such a blast. So. Yeah, fingers crossed she comes on because that would be good.
I feel like she would.
I think she would because she proper loves us both.
Yeah, and we love her. And exactly. I just feel like we're all banner.
Exactly, and because like we're like wanting to get some more guests on. Like now we're doing it remotely, it's so much easier as well.
Yeah, exactly.
But we wanted to get some more guests on from comedy and tattoo.
We've never had a guest.
Yeah, we have had Deej, had all the tattoo. Yeah, we've had loads of guests actually.
All my friends.
All of your really close friends.
Yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah. Whoopsie. That's all right, Stoner. Do we want to do dating dramas?
I am like socially awkward, so I never really date. I like go on, I'm like you, I like go on one date with you, fuck you, and then I'm in a relationship with you.
Yeah, that's it. Like you're
for years until I realise that you're a toxic person, and then I leave.
Yeah, I think I've most of my dating has been through squatting, so we just automatically by default live together. So it's never really been like a date. It's like, oh, this person's my friend who I'm kind of feeling I'm going to sleep with you, and then we're going to be in a weird situationship in the same house for like 3 or 4 years. And then eventually one of us will probably sleep with the other one's friend, and then it will break down, and then it will be fine again, and we'll be friends.
Yeah, well, that's such a I think that's such a classic thing of just like, especially growing up, like just ending up sleeping with all the same people. Because when I went to Plymouth a few months ago, I met her with my old friend Laura, and who's also moving to Bristol. So you'll meet her. She's a legend. Big up Laura Benson. Yeah. But me and Laura, like, haven't seen Laura in like 8 years because she was living in Plymouth. She was in a serious relationship. She had a house. She had a job. I was up here doing my thing. So like, it wasn't 8 years ago actually. It was like probably when our good friend Charlotte got married is when I last saw her. But being back there and talking about all the old times, like, it's different, like, you recalling your life to me and telling me about it when I weren't there.
Yeah,
and vice
of course.
versa,
Yeah.
But when you've got people who are there
and
they fill in the gaps, you're like, whoa.
What the fuck?
This shit was actually wow.
Yeah.
So it was really fun to, like, talk about that. But we, like, all the crazy shit that went down when we were kids, but a lot of that entailed, like, you know, my core group of girlfriends. We all fucked the same guys when we were teenagers. You know, we passed them around. We're like misogynistic men.
But they're like dildos. They're just like dildos, isn't it?
And I feel like in small towns and cities as well, like, you get like boys that become like flavour when you're a kid.
There's always
disclaimer.
Hopefully, if you're like a fully formed adult with a fully formed frontal lobe, but
one can hope. But yeah, when you're young, like, you just fucking
there's the flavour of the month.
Definitely.
And it switches around because like everyone will fancy one person, and then I don't know why you all of a sudden everyone gets the ick and they're like, oh, they're not it anymore.
And now it's gonna be him. I was talking about this the other day to someone. All the like good looking boys, like, and the popular boys, like, growing up at school and then like in our later teen years, they're all like felons, crackheads, or just like weirdos now.
Mainly.
What is that?
I think
they peak too soon because they get like.
I think so, like, because I think if you had clout in secondary school, like proper clout, and you were like genuinely popular, like, you're never going to experience that level of regard again unless you then go on to do something like absolutely amazing where you're like a public figure or something like that. People do not rate people. Like, when you get older, you don't get treated like that. No. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to be in a workplace.
School is a weird illusion.
Yeah, it's not a real...
Sets you up
that sets you up to have serious mental health issues as an adult. But I think, like, you just, like, because you get treated like that, that's not real life. Like, no one's going to be kissing your ass because you've battered some other guy or because you let off a firework at your workplace, like,
or you like gobbed off to a teacher.
Yeah, exactly. Gobbed off to your boss, or like fucking put a stink bomb in someone's bag. Like, when you're an adult, you don't give a shit about things like that. So, and I also think that most of the time with the popular kids, they don't really try hard in school because they don't feel like they need to.
But also, going back to the dating thing, I feel like obviously people date in the UK, but I feel like dating as a culture is way more of an American thing.
Yeah, we don't really date here, man. We fucking. It's real though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, we don't really date. Like, I remember one time back in the day, I met this guy in the club in Shoreditch, and like, I didn't realise, but he was like an actual like bad man, like proper bad man, yeah. And I like, because we were just in the club and like we were like bantering and stuff, so I didn't really. We're all fam in the club. Do you know what I mean? And like, you know, obviously it was too dark to see. Like, the type of neck tattoos that he had were prison-y vibes.
Hot.
Hot, exactly. So we were like banging for a bit, and then he was like, no, like, let me take you out let me take you on a date. That I want to do this proper.
And you shut down.
No, we went on the date, and then he's like, oh yeah, meet me here. Sent me the address. Sure enough, it's fucking Nando's. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
That's
what dating is in the UK.
Yeah, exactly. Literally.
Isn't it, Nikki?
It's going Nando's. You know what I mean? And so we're like eating that, and then like, obviously these times, because I was working in quite a nice place in hospitality, I was like, oh, next time we meet up, like we should go to like a proper restaurant. It's like, what do you mean a proper restaurant, bro? We're in a restaurant right now. And I was like, all right, let me not even.
That's when you realise that you have to set the bar high.
Yeah, exactly. That's what then he said to me, I could have taken you to the blocks and just giving you back shots there, but I brought you to my house at Nando's.
I bought you fucking perfect fried chicken and let you eat it on the stoop of the estate. Oh, cheers, babe.
I was like, oh God, you do spoil me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell I'm a real high class broad to you. I know the wickedest thing is, he ended up ghosting me.
I've never really been on like that many, like I've started dating guys, right? Or like, I like a guy, I'll sleep with him.
Yeah.
And then we'll start like pursuing a relationship, so we'll go on dates. But as far as like dating casually, I've never really done that.
No.
I do remember one time I did that when I was probably about 20, early 20s anyway.
Yeah.
I lived in Peckham, so around that age, and you know Frank's bar on
the rooftop. Yeah.
So I lived in Peckham the summer. I think I've touched on this before, but I lived in Peckham in the summer that opened. Yeah. And the first year it was open, it was
vibes.
sick.
Vibes. Yeah.
It was really good, and I lived like 5-minute walk, like bottom of Rye Lane, so it was perfect for me. So anyway, we used to go. Me and my friends, we like would go and hang out a lot up there, right?
Yeah.
And it was a nice mix of like all different types of people. But because there was an art college, there's obviously like a lot of like artsy kids and like, university kids. And this guy, and obviously like I was quite heavily tattooed back then. I didn't have any modifications, so I didn't look quite as like
striking,
freaky-deaky.
Freak-a-leak.
Yeah, but I had like a sleeve and all my legs were tattooed, and I think I'd slide my back piece and stuff. So I was pretty heavily tattooed, but I was still kind of like this like chubby faced, like I don't know, like very British looking little bob. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the classic.
Yeah, my mum loves that hair.
Yeah.
That's my favourite haircut on you.
Yeah, I bet it is,
Shut up. Anyway, this guy asked me on got chatting to me and he asked me on a date, and he was like the opposite of anything like even at that age I'd ever been used to.
Yeah.
Like quite middle class, like blonde, blue-eyed, like artsy boy, just like not my usual type. Yeah. Like I did like an artsy boy back in the day, but they had to have something like, going on.
Yeah, like a bit of edge though, like ruggedy.
They had to skate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like graffers, not like.
Yeah. If you're a graffiti writers that I hung out with didn't go to art college.
Yeah,
But like the skater boys that I hung out with growing up, a lot of them were like artsy.
Yeah. So it's got to be kind of like. Yeah, you could live in a van.
Like, this guy, the subcultures that we were into and things like that I was into, like there was no overlap really. But I thought, fuck it, like
might as well.
Yeah. And it was like a nice date, but it's not really like a bad dating story. Like he took me to see the Shawshank Redemption on the West End, which was actually quite good.
What?
There was full frontal male nudity in it within the first 5 minutes. I was like,
what
if this wasn't all good enough.
The Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, Shawshank. It wasn't a musical; it was a play.
Yeah, but I mean, even taking someone to a play on the first date is wild.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
we're not used to this shit. I wasn't, but I was like, okay, I've never done it before. Give it a go, innit? Yeah. Fuck it. You know? And my social anxiety had not fully set in.
Yeah.
At that age, I was still, I was here, there, and everywhere all the time. You know? So we went to go see Shawshank Redemption, and then we got the Bendy bus home.
Oh my God, the Bendy bus, yeah.
So I think it was the 436 we got home to Peckham. And I got off 2 stops before, and I remember he gave me this really soft posh. I don't know. I'm not kissed many posh boys in it, so I don't know. But what I interpret it as a very. It was kind of, but it was weird. It wasn't because that what you just did is quite innocent. Yeah. It was a prolonged. It was a long peck, right? But you know, my stop is coming up. So
Yeah.
we've got like 10 seconds. Are we going to
Yeah.
kiss? Like, so we had this little kiss, but then it wasn't really the kiss that was the issue. It was like when I withdrew from the kiss, he like gave me this look, and I can't do it. And it was kind of like a blue steel look.
Oh, like a...
Is that what that's called from Zoolander?
Yeah, when he's like...
blue, yeah, exactly. He
Oh
kind of
my
did that.
God.
But you know on the bendy bus,
Yeah.
at the back, there's the bit with the pole?
Yeah.
He was like holding onto the pole next to the door. And I was getting off. We withdrew from this peck. And like, he's giving me this blue steel where he's like leaning on this pole.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's so icky.
It wasn't giving masculine
No,
energy that
that's-
I'm used
yeah,
to.
yeah.
And I just remember getting off the bus and the bus shutting and the bendy bus driving off and thinking, I'm
never going to see you
that.
again. Yeah. Bye. Have a good life. See you later.
Bye. Have a
Beautiful
time.
time. Yeah. The bendy buses back in the day. Oh my gosh. I had some homeless guy say that he wanted to suck the skin off my finger toes.
That's disgusting.
On the bendy bus.
That makes me feel sick. But I've got 10
But
stories
yeah,
like
exactly, like the bendy bus was just absolute carnage. Also, like, yeah, taking you on a bendy bus.
Well, we were like, well, I wasn't. I never went to university, but he was like a uni student.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
You dated a uni boy?
Well, I went on one date with him. Man. This is what I don't like about dating, because you're on one date and then you're dating, and people are like, oh, you're with him. And I'm like, no. We went on one awkward date.
Yeah, and he blue
withdrawal of
steeled
the
me.
pack.
Yeah, he blue steeled me, and I never saw that man again.
100%. But now, obviously, bendy buses don't exist. As a 36-year-old woman, if a man tried to take me on a bendy bus anywhere, it would be a no from me.
What have you got any crazy ways that you've like ever like broken something off with someone that you got the ick by?
I'm fucking Aries. I just go ghost.
I broke up with a boy by letter when I was young.
That's old school. That's romantic.
It wasn't a romantic letter, and the way I'm not.
Was
gonna...
it like Wicked Little Letters? Have you seen that film?
No.
You horrible cunt.
No.
It's like, have you not seen that?
No, what's that?
Oh, you know, what's the actress called who plays Sophie in Peep Show?
Olivia Colman.
Olivia Colman. She plays the main girl, and it's based on a true story. It's set in the 18th century, and it's set in a little seaside town.
Yeah.
And it's basically about a woman who keeps getting these vulgar letters.
Yeah.
But like it's like 18th century English language, so it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
And the letters are like, you scrawny old little cunt.
Yeah.
You're a dirty old whore.
Yeah.
Way, I'm not doing it justice,
Yeah.
but it's brilliant.
I
Anyway,
need to
carry
watch
on.
that.
You
Yeah,
wrote him a letter.
Yeah, well, because I think I was like 15 or 16, and he was like a friend of a friend who I met. And anyway, it was just not it at all. And because I wanted to break up with him for ages, but he was constantly like, you know, when someone's just looking at you like with eyes full of love, and then I'd like just felt really bad. And because my usual my usual thing, I'm like you, I'll just go ghost mode, or like do people a little bit dirty, to be honest. Anyway, like I was like blanking him for ages, and my friend was like, he's starting to really piss me off now, like you need to do something. So I just wrote him a letter. Like we had
Did you
phones.
post it?
No, I gave it to my friend to give it to him.
Oh, okay.
No,
You like go to the stamp.
Yeah, and then,
fucking stamp to the fucking post box.
Yeah. No, I just gave it to my friend, but it was just like, she's got a bit of a weird knob, so sorry. Bye. Good luck with everything. He actually found me on Facebook not too long ago, and I was like, girl, please let it die. It was from the fake taxi video.
Oh.
He was like, is this you? And I was like, I'm not even going to respond.
Yeah.
Like, obviously it's me. You know it's me. Bro.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah,
it's
and there's not going to be a rekindling if that's what you think.
Oh,
so,
goodness me.
and actually, funnily enough, he was the first person I ever saw in real life do stand-up, because he was like trying to do stand-up. And that was like another thing that was just like, oh God, because he was so bad.
Wow, I can imagine that with any creative performer, anything like that, there is a huge risk.
Yeah, because I don't mind if you're like not there yet, but like you can see that there's potential for there to be talent.
Oh, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, you're rusty, but you just need to pick it up. But like when
you think you're the shit, then you're
yeah,
not.
and like especially when a man like that fucking confidence when you're below mediocre, where are you getting the confidence from, bro? Like that's why I do think people
Sounds
need to
like
get bullied a
misogyny
little
to
bit
me.
more. Yeah, I think women do get misogynized out of doing things. That's my new word, by the way, misogynized.
Misogynized.
Yeah, I think we all get misogynized a little bit. I don't know what the verbiage is for misogyny, so it's misogynized now.
What's the opposite of misogyny? The one for
Misandry.
women? Misandry. I
Yeah.
love that word.
Yeah, I'm not a misandrist. I love men.
No, so, oh my god.
Yeah,
so
I think
I
men
just
are
like the
wicked.
word. I don't want
But
people
yeah,
misconstrue
I
that.
love that.
I
Yeah.
love it.
No, we're not men haters on this podcast by any means. I
No,
love
not
men.
at all.
But
we love him a bit too much.
yeah, but yeah, I just don't like toxic masculinity and knobheads.
No, of course.
That's it, yeah. And so how was filming with Lad Bible then? That video is doing bits,
Oh
bro.
my god, yeah.
But do you know what? I'm not gonna lie, because it popped up on my Facebook algorithm, and actually when I was looking at the comments, they really weren't that bad. I think people were meaner on Instagram from what I saw. I don't know.
But Instagram's a wild place.
Yeah,
But look,
but Facebook's usually much more viral.
accepting an invitation to go on Lad Bible, you
You
have to
know.
know that not because Lad Bible makes people evil.
No.
It's got nothing to do with that. It's just the pure fact of you have the huge platform.
It's called Lad Bible as well. Like,
But also when you've got 50, like let's take just their Instagram for example, when you've got 15 million followers in one place, like of course you're going to get people giving
yeah,
their
some
opinions.
pillocks. Yeah, of
So
course.
I was very much aware that going into this there would be some hysterical comments.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Which to be fair, like, because like the ignorant shit that people were trying to really hurt me with, like it doesn't work. Do you know what I mean?
It's
So
old as
like-
well. It's like it's been done. We've
But
heard it.
some
Yeah.
of them,
Yeah.
I was fucking dying.
Yeah.
The comments- Someone said that I looked like I cut my hair with a knife and fork, and I was at home alone when I read it, and I literally nearly pissed myself. I thought it was so funny because it's true. I cut my own hair. So
yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
It's on the mark.
Not with a knife and fork though. Just
Not
so
with a knife and fork.
Yeah.
Pretty much though, some blunt scissors, kitchen scissors. But
That
yeah,
is
there was,
fucking banner.
there was
though.
some great ones, but there was also some like, it was just like a perfect example of people just get really upset over the most minor shit.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, cool.
Yeah, because people were getting really arsy about like your ratings, and also you. It's like, guys, I didn't pick the tattoos to rate. I've been asked to come and give my opinion on a list that's already been pre-picked.
Yeah.
I did not pick the tattoos, and I've been asked
No,
to.
the categories they made.
They made
But I
them,
will
yeah.
say the categories were spot on because
Yeah.
they were the most like cliche.
Bait tattoos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. If we look at the whole list of popular tattoo designs over the, dawn of time,
Yeah.
since the dawn of time, these guys were going to be in the fucking top 10.
Yeah, exactly.
So Lad Bible did amazing, and the whole team were great. Like I went there, I had a little rider. They
Yeah.
asked me, and I'm not going to ask for anything silly, but I asked for my orange squash.
Yeah.
And I got a little like Lad Bible gift bag.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, and it was really nice. I walked into the green room and there was like it's just like, because obviously I'm not used to this shit. but
Yeah.
It had like, Lad Bible welcomes Grace Neutral on the screen. I was like,
Oh, wow.
My name's on the telly.
I'm on telly.
I'm on telly.
Yeah.
But no, it was really fun. It was just like a very light-hearted
Yeah.
thing to do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was a very light-hearted exercise. People just take life too seriously. And
100%.
if
On the
you're-
internet as well,
Yeah,
guys.
like this is
Just go outside and touch some grass.
This is a ranking game
Yeah.
on Lad Bible.
Yeah.
So let's not
Let's-
take life too seriously.
Yeah.
Do you know
Let's
what
get
I'm
over
saying?
ourselves
Yeah.
slightly.
But also, like, I tell you what, not many things annoy me,
Mm.
but like, common sense annoys me. Like,
Yeah.
lack of common sense annoys me, right?
Common sense. annoys me.
Common
I
sense.
hate them bastards. Yeah.
But lack of common sense annoys me. And I tell you what, in like regards to the comments, what annoyed me was people stating the fucking obvious. She's got shit tattoos.
Yeah.
I'm a tattoo artist.
Yeah.
I've been doing the dirty work, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
Cunt. That's what I thought when I read that.
Yeah.
But that kind of annoyed me because it's like, yeah, bro, I'm a tattoo artist. This is my trade. Like, what do you
Yeah.
expect?
And
I am
I'm literally covered. It's not all gonna be good.
But also, it is all about beauty as an eye of the fucking beholder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you go to a gallery, like, you'll like one bit of art and I'll detest it.
Yeah.
I'll like that other bit of art and you will feel indifferent.
Yeah,
Do you know
exactly,
what I mean?
yeah.
It's just like, It is what it is.
Yeah.
But everyone got really upset because they took my opinion, and my opinion is my opinion, and I stand on it, and all of that shit. People got so upset.
Yeah, they did. But the thing is, it's like, look, if you...
Someone went, oh, ice cream tattoo, original. I was like...
Well, who don't like ice cream, first of all?
Also,
if
you knew this culturally tied to my roots.
Yeah. Actually,
I'm from a seaside
my
town.
culture is not your costume, so thank you very much, fucking gimp. Also, I'm just like, I think the people who was getting the most butthurt was the people who had the tattoos we're talking about. And it's like, look, we can't all be original. Everything's been done 1,000 times.
I am covered in like copies of classic tattoos and, you know, characters and things from anime.
I mean,
and
from my personal opinion is your tattoos are pretty fucking sick. I'm not gonna lie.
Babe.
Yeah,
I think so too.
I think your tattoos are pretty sick.
Thank you.
Like,
I
it's
appreciate
not
you.
like,
I love my tattoos too. I don't get butt hurt if the next man don't.
Yeah, if you don't like it, you don't like it. Don't get it on you then.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's like
but don't be upset.
Yeah, because also the ones you were ranking are because the ones you were ranking were literally the baitest tattoos in the game. So it's like, what do you expect?
And you know, unoriginality may be perceived as classic to some people.
Yeah.
It's just how you spin it.
Exactly,
Do you know what I mean?
Classic lion and a pocket watch. Yeah. Good old fashioned, yeah.
But it has its place. It's not for me. I'm not really into it, but it has its place and a lot of people like it.
Yeah, and it
fits with a demographic.
Yeah, and it's a good way to identify when you should cover your drink or not, I think.
You said it, not me.
When the lions and the pocket watches start rocking up, you know, just watch where you put in your drink.
But the people who were commenting were butthurt, which was really, some of them anyway,
yeah.
really butthurt, which, you know.
I got some of that on the fake taxi video. One guy said that my tattoos look like graffiti, but he spelt it Graffiti. Graffiti.
Like Rafiki.
Yeah. Her tattoo looks shit like graffiti. And I was like, yeah, fair enough, babe. You can't even fucking spell, motherfucker.
Oh, bless you. But the funny thing is I've got more videos coming out with labs.
Have you?
Yeah,
Sick,
I can't
nice.
talk about what it is,
yeah.
I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
But haha.
Yeah.
Anyone who was upset is going to be even more upset because I'm back.
Also, it's just like, you're sitting at home getting butt hurt for free. I'm sitting here ranking your shit tattoos and getting paid, so.
But also, like, that's what you want. I feel like these people who comment all this negative shit, right? They want
to be seen.
But also they want to go on their phone and they want to see
something
someone like me
get a
that
reaction.
they get a visceral reaction to, so they can be like,
yeah,
fuck this bitch.
Yeah. A woman on the internet dares to have an opinion, and let alone she's got her eyeballs tattooed. How dare she speak on anything? Yeah. And it's like a little break from their poor little humdrum lives, isn't it?
But I thoroughly was entertained by a lot of the comments. So regardless if you want to hate me or love me, please keep them on coming in.
As long as they're creative. Yeah. I don't mind hate comments if they're creative.
And it was interesting as well because Luke was like, Luke gets really protective over me sometimes.
He was putting his little 2 pence in, yeah.
Well, Luke gets protective over me sometimes, and sometimes, you know, like, and I noticed this with my friends as well, like, they're not me, so they're not used to people just dealing with the way that I look on a day-to-day. So, like, you know, sometimes when I walk down the street with my friends, like, people will look at me funny and they'll pick up on it more than I will, and they'll get more upset about it than I will.
Oh, which is
I love that.
I love that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you. But Luke.
But you're used to it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But like Luke, and it's the same online with hate and shit like that. So my business partner, our production manager, director extraordinaire, head of it, the big old boss man, he gets fucking vexed sometimes. And
Luke can't stand people who have nothing better to do than leave hate comments.
Yeah, which is why I rate you, Luke, to anyone who's looking behind the camera, because that's where he is.
Yeah.
But also, like, Luke is a very sarcastic, dry, British man. Yeah. So when he has a rebuttal, that shit can be...
usually pretty fucking spicy,
So he has been on a lifetime ban of commenting back to people who leave comments.
You got too much skin in the game, bro.
But obviously we did Lab Bible and it went up. I got a phone call from Luke can I reply to some of these? I was like, I was like, you have to take all of the seethingness out. I was like, write what you want,
but
and then rewrite it.
Yeah, don't be personal.
And he did, and he took out he took out his emotion from it, but gave back some really fucking witty responses.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, the people who had commented something really negative and nasty, you know, like coming from the visceral gut.
Yeah.
Luke would hit him with something, you know, light-hearted and sarcastic.
Yeah.
And they'd reply like,
like
they'd reply like they were mates.
But yeah, you know when you get done though, like I'm the same because like sometimes I can leave a little cheeky comment or two, like underneath a cringe video or something, or a rebuttal to something someone else has said. You know when you've been done, innit?
Yeah.
So there's no point even trying to like at that point. You may as well just be like fair fucking play.
I also just think people want a little bit of attention.
Yeah, they do, but they do. Because that's like, I think, like I was saying this to Luke the other day, I see this video, oh my God.
I know, your dog is so fucking cute. He keeps looking at me like,
you baby.
Miss you.
No. There was some guy the other day was saying that he got like a really nasty hate comment. So he just DM'd the guy and was like, bro, like what's your fucking deal, man? And then the guy was like, shit, like I wasn't expecting to like, and he was like, I feel shit about my life. So in the morning before I go to my shit job, I just sit on the toilet and send hate messages to accounts because it's how I get my anger out. And it's like, yeah, but there's people on the other end of this, like, you know, I know that you look at it when you see these big followings and stuff. Yeah, and you see like these, and because like I've learnt that, especially with meeting some of the bigger names when I've been doing gigs and stuff. What is going on with you, kid? You are deranged. When I've like started meeting bigger comics and stuff like that, people are just people, man. You're sitting in a green room with these people who you've been watching on TV, like maybe from when you was even younger, and you're like listening to the conversation. It's like, everybody's just a human. Yeah. And like I think the creative comments I'm all down for, but like just like genuine fucking shitty, snidey, nasty comments, I'm just like, you could just move on with your day, like if that's how you feel. You don't need to like.
But more for you because it doesn't bother us and it helps our algorithm.
Exactly, 100%. Yeah, and so what about this news with old Russell Brand, eh?
Yeah, I was tattooing today with the girls.
Yeah.
And they were talking about it, and I was in my little side room, and I had to literally take a slide back on my stool and open the door and be like, what? Because obviously I saw the Russell Brand Unmasked on Channel 4.
Fucking hell, that was.
So if anyone in the UK, they can watch it on Channel 4 Catch Up. I don't know where you could watch it if you're outside the UK, but if there's a will, there's a way.
If you got a VPN, just go on 4 on demand, just put it to UK.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, I was happy.
Yeah.
Because I watched the documentary, months ago, and I don't know, personally, I feel like, obviously I'm just a person from the outside looking in, but that documentary had enough evidence for me to condemn him fully, fucking throw the book at him.
Yeah.
And obviously that was just with like 1 or 2 women's experiences. So, you know, this is a fucking tale as old as time, and we know how it goes, that if he was doing that back then and it was like a kind of behaviour that was allowed and kind of looked over because of who he was, then I'm sure it was a pattern, and 100%. It wasn't just
it's not because it wasn't a one-off then, and I can't imagine the shit he's been getting up to now, especially in the circles that he's been moving in with this fucking phony baloney born again fucking Christian bullshit, going to Mar-a-Lago with fucking Trump. Sorry, but
I didn't know that.
He's been like gone full right wing fucking grifter.
I didn't know. This is so weird though, because it's like all the shit you were talking about before was like, fuck the system, blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
like,
and then you're eating steak with
and
Trump.
Now you're eating steak with Trump, and you're
Trump.
You're eating steak with Trump, and now you're a Christian. It's like you've done.
But that just shows you that it's all just a grift, and
Yeah.
it's like, I think because he knew that this was coming, then he thought, let me jump to that because then they'll protect me, because they're all at it. All of them right wing bastards, like they're all at it most of the time. The bigger guys, Trumps, and your whatever, your people.
Well, there's enough evidence in the world that we all know that.
Exactly, and so like that's the grifting, because what he's now trying to do, and because even when I was looking at some of the comments on the article on Instagram, it's like, oh yeah, it's because he's speaking the truth on the system, so now they're trying to take him down. Fuck off, mate.
And as like probably one of the first people to start defending conspiracy, and all these like elitist like conspiracies about the government and all of this shit. Yeah. No,
sorry, I don't buy it.
I don't fucking
like,
buy
I think
shit.
that there definitely has been times where stuff like that has been used against people or rumours started or whatever, but I do not believe it in this case. I'm sorry, I was a 14-year-old girl in Camden back in the day.
Okay, so you know.
And I got nonced on plenty by Russell Brand's types of friends and people around him. I never met Russell Brand personally, but I also do know girls who did come into contact with him, and let's just say he was less than fucking respectful. Like, it was all the thing back then. All of the guys dressed like the fucking child snatcher from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And when I come to fucking Camden Lock, they would though, with these little fucking spray-on jeans and the long shoes, long pointy shoes, and
their backcombed hair, and swept over fringes.
Yeah, and they'd all come to Camden Lock.
It was like the creepy child catcher meets indie emo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they'd all come to Camden Lock and fucking be snatching up 14-year-old girls.
Well, I was living in Plymouth at that time, and the culture was not very dissimilar.
It was the UK though.
It was the UK. It was the time, like, and you know, there was so many of those types of guys where I'm from as well. Like, it's fucking
wrong
grim.
and rotten. But I think it was like that whole indie sleaze kind of like.
And as girls that grew up,
yeah.
And as girls that grew up in that kind of like alternative subculture of the UK, it's like we've seen.
Oh, mate, at some point when I write an autobiography, one of the chapters is going to be called "Nonsense at the Skate Park," because I'm like, I'm sorry. Oh,
I can contribute to that chapter.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, you're so mature for your age. No, I'm not. I've just got massive tits and I'm really drunk. That's it. That's all it is. But yeah, I'm like...
I didn't have tits. I just had weed.
Yeah. And we're young. That's the main thing.
Yeah. 100%.
But I think that's like, back then, I'm sorry, whatever they say that he did, like, he did it. 100% he did it.
We generally tend to believe women regardless.
Yeah.
But all of that aside, if you watch the documentary,
it's
he
such
fucking
damning.
snitches on himself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's talking about choking girls. And...
Yeah, but also there's the girl who tells her story where she is raped by him in his house when she goes over there in the daytime, and he, like, in a blasé fashion, texts her the next day, apologising, basically admitting that he raped her, and then like being super like casual about it, being like, oh sorry, you know, like fucking what?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, in today's world, that's not enough to put
this is just, I mean, this whole manosphere bullshit. Like, obviously, you didn't watch Adolescent, but it's, you know, it all ties in together.
I do need to watch it.
You should.
I just haven't been
it is a heavy watch. Like, definitely, you know, it's not light-hearted by any means.
The sun's been out, though. I just want to be, like, out fucking outdoors.
Yeah.
Be watching Adolescent, some fucking depressing TV program at home.
No, this type of weather's for Aperol Spratz and a bowl of chaps.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not.
I could literally slay that right now. Are we doing that after?
Let's do it.
tea.
Yeah, summer combo. Yeah. But yeah, it's like, I think it all ties in with that stuff anyway, of just like the way that young men are being socialized at the moment, and people act as if this is a new thing. Yeah, okay, now there's a name for it, incels, but like those guys back in the day were incels as well. Like I've watched like old TV shows, and like the entitlement that men used to feel towards women for like sex and stuff like that.
Bro, I'm from Plymouth. That's where incels in the UK were invented.
Yeah, literally, it's like a fucking motherboard.
Remember that guy that killed his mum?
Yeah.
And he was like an online incel.
Yeah.
He was from Plymouth.
Yeah, but it's not a new thing. Like, men have always kind of been like that. It's just that
100%.
now but it's more obvious because there's like actual places for you to go fuck. They're all on forums and, you know, wanking in their mums. Yeah,
MSN
exactly.
Messenger back in the day.
Yeah, and all that info's gone now. But But yeah, I think like with the Russell Brand thing, like, you know, I think a lot of guys are jumping to his defence saying that he's spilling the tea on the establishment, so this is why it's happening. It's not.
Well, fuck all that, because he's going to have his day in court and there will be evidence.
Yeah.
And there will be, I imagine that if he is what he is depicted out, which is in the documentary, if he is what they're saying he is, then, you know, like, it's like Marilyn Manson. I don't know if you watched the Marilyn Manson documentary.
Fucking hell, that was...
So they did it on Channel 4 again. They did a similar thing, like, where they made a documentary about Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, that is grisly, man.
There's, like, video footage of him talking in a very dangerous way in regards to women from... since he was
back a day.
Yeah, since he was like, you know, in his early 20s or late teens, I don't know, but he was very young. And it's like, if someone was, you know, if someone was spouting this narrative and pushing this narrative and manipulating girls and objectifying women and also putting women into boxes where they're no longer human, they're just objects, pieces of meat, you know, things to fuck. It's like, if you have this ideology as a young person and then your whole life you've just had people surrounding you
who are just saying yes, 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 like, I'm bringing you vulnerable girls, and
in what world is that not going to create a
monster? Yeah, literally, like 100%. And because like you're surrounded by yes people, because you're making so much money for people, so your team are happy to go out and find you girls like this. And also just there's a culture of turning the other way and turning a blind eye. And like, because I'm sorry, but there's no way that he's not still doing stuff. Like, I don't buy it.
Well, he's married and got kids, right? But that don't mean fuck all.
It don't mean nothing. That's like what they say with like, that's a beard, do you know what I mean, as a cover story. But I just say, like, you know, respect to all of the women that have come forward, because obviously he's got such a massive following, and especially because of his brand of followers that are all these like truth seekers and whatnot. Like, I think it would have been really scary to come forward, actually, because I think some of his supporters were probably quite scary.
So I feel like the people that lean into his ideology lean more on the extreme side of thinking anyway. And I'm not going to lie to you, 5-6 years ago really liked Russell Brand.
Yeah.
I've been to see his... I'm not like an avid fan where I've been to loads of his shows.
Yeah.
But I've been to one of his shows, I've seen him live, and I, especially like in the fallout of COVID and... Yeah,
because he used to do the truths and all of that,
He would bring interesting people on his podcast and things like that, and he would talk about subjects that I've always been interested in. And like I was saying, I think the people that generally are drawn to that lean on the more extreme side of things, and I think people who are into conspiracy and trying to work out how the world actually works, everyone does at some point go through, and sometimes people stay there in a very, very paranoid state.
Yeah.
Where, you know...
everything's against you. You can't trust the water, you can't trust the food, you can't trust the air, you can't... There's always some like, okay, but what does that mean? Okay, but what does that mean? What's behind this? And you're second guessing literally everything. Yeah.
So the nature of being that way inclined anyway is just going to make you so paranoid.
Yeah, because you don't believe anything.
So being a victim of Russell Brand, I can imagine it would be, like you said, super fucking difficult to want to come forward. One, because it happened so long ago. Yeah. And trying to get your voice heard regardless is hard, let alone if there's been time in between. And I was speaking to the girls about this today at work. You know, I think it takes women, in a lot of cases, it takes women, you know, it can take women up to a year to even realise that they've been sexually assaulted or raped. Because
because the lines are so blurred that sometimes you don't even know what happened to you is sexual assault.
100%.
Like, you know, if you did get pressured into doing something that you didn't want to do, because that happens so much. Like, I know for me personally, and I think it's the same for you, like, there's been so many times when I've been getting with a guy that has been pushy, but then I'm like, oh well, I'm here now, and I suppose I have. Like I did
feel
kiss
like you
him.
have to.
Yeah, I did kiss him, or like he did buy me a drink, or like.
So I've deeped that, right? On many occasions I've thought about this, and I think that is part to do. In some cases, either one or the other, and I think in some cases it can be both. It's either to do with our conditioning as women to be subservient and appease and please
100%, yeah.
And it's also a survival tactic.
Yeah, 100%, because you don't know how they're going to react.
No.
Because they could just take it anyway.
And I think a lot of, maybe women who haven't experienced this don't understand it, but I'm sure that women are they understand this a lot easier than I'd say the majority of men, especially straight men. Especially men who are physically bigger or stronger or whatever, it's hard for them to see it from our point of view, how that could be a survival tactic to go into freeze and compliance mode. Yeah. And I think that's ingrained in us as women.
100%. Well, it's even down to just laughing at someone's joke because you're like, please don't cave my head in.
Don't get aggressive with me because I don't find you funny.
Yeah, and I just can't be bothered to deal with it. And a lot of it as well, I think it's just I just can't be bothered for that aggro. Like, I don't want to be...
And I think, like you said, it can... The lines can be very blurred.
Yeah.
And we also like to, as women, I think, our go-to can be to try and twist the narrative in our head post-experience, whatever that experience may be. And obviously there's levels to this shit. Of course,
yeah. But I feel like a lot of the time you'll be like, okay, well, I suppose I did, I did give him the eye, or I suppose I did, you twist the narrative to make it not be that. 100%. And also you twist the narrative a lot of the time to how did I bring that on myself? What part did I play? Oh, well, I didn't really fancy it, but also I did go back to his house, or what signals did I give when really, if you're not feeling it, you should be able to say no at any point,
100%.
And I think one of the problems as well with Russell Brand's following is a lot of the people that would have followed him for when he was sort of doing the more leftist sort of stuff and the conspiracies and stuff, a lot of those people now have gone over to the right with him, because I think since 2020 that sort of wellness left-wingy conspiracy pipeline to the right wing, so many of my hippy dippy friends are so racist now,
right?
Yeah, and just super fascist, and all for governments, they're billionaire dick suckers. They're all oh, Elon Musk, and it's mate, man's gonna be worth trillions by 2027. He does not give a fuck about you living in a caravan. No. Sorry, babe.
100%.
Yeah.
It's scary, this world, isn't it?
Yeah, it is actually really scary.
I just want to state as well, we're speaking all this anti-right wing shit. I'm not left wing.
Yeah.
I'm not right wing, and I'm not one of these fucking middle people either. I just like to think I got common sense.
Yeah.
Where I think that the world is pretty fucked.
Yeah,
right?
and respect people.
Well, the world is pretty fucked, so that means that the people in charge have got to be pretty fucking corrupt.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's just what I think.
Yeah.
I don't think the right or the left have the solutions.
Yeah.
I don't know
the
what the
system's
solutions
fucked.
are.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my point. The system's
it's
fucked.
just fucked.
Don't try and put me in a box.
Yeah.
I ain't no lefty, righty, middle.
Yeah.
I am boxless.
Yeah.
I have common sense. I will look at everything head on with my fucking moral compass aligned, and I'll think,
okay, that's fucked.
Yeah, I'll think that's fucked, or maybe that sounds like a good idea, or that sounds progressive, or that doesn't mean just because it's right wing or left wing, I'm right wing, so I'm going to believe everything that the right has to say. This is what I can't fucking stand. It's you are letting people make up your mind for you, bro. Don't box yourself in, because then you're essentially saying I have to back whatever this side says. When you could you not just be well, you've got some good points and you've got some good points and you've both got some fucking shit points. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ugh, but I'm not the one. I'm not the one.
Yeah.
I'm not the one that's equipped for this.
I mean,
I wouldn't have the conversation. I just like the match.
Yeah. I think I would definitely consider myself to be a leftist, but I think, because I don't think anybody on the right's got any valid points. I think they can all get in a bin.
100%. And I see that, and I value that, and I respect it.
But I also don't think that you should force your political leanings or anything on anyone. It's everybody's choice, what they believe. I respect all people as long as you're not a fucking cunt.
Yeah.
Or like, and I think, like you say, you know, the world's fucked. I don't have the answers. I just want to make people laugh. You just want to do nice tattoos.
Do you know
I just
what
want to have a good time and pop my pussy in the club with my girls. That's it.
In
like,
the club. Oh,
yeah, I just want to pop my pussy, pop some bottles, travel the world, go and see some cool shit. And the thing I don't like about that is that the way things are stacked at the minute. I can't fucking afford to do that, and that's what's pissing me off. I need some more money in the bank. Elon Musk's hoarding all the fucking wealth, and
I know, they're hoarding all the money.
yeah, they're hoarding all the bottles, they're hoarding all the baddies, they're hoarding all the bitches. Like, let's just fucking sort this out.
And children, apparently.
Yeah.
Like, how many kids has that guy got now?
He's got bare use. Real bad man.
Real
37 pick me them. He's
what
got.
was it? 37 picnic.
Yeah.
22 people. Real bad man. Okay. Okay. Your child's support bills must be crazy, sir. Quick fire round, Mildred.
Well, I'll do some to you, and then you read some for me.
Okay.
All right. These are actually jokes. Would you rather only be able to dirty talk in a pirate voice or moan like a ghost?
Moan like a ghost.
What, like, ooh?
Actually, no.
Ooh.
Pirate voice, because the West Country accent
It is
is
a
very
pirate.
similar to the pirate voice. So it's basically just like dirty talking my
Yar.
native tongue.
Yeah.
Oh, you dirty bastard. Slip it in.
Come and smash me back doors in, why don't you? I like that. You should do like some sort of pay-to-play West Country pirate dirty talk service. That would be so funny on a sex line.
Could
Right,
you
me
imagine?
babber.
When I used to do OnlyFans, it was the easiest money this, because I just have to sit there and record myself, and it's called JOI, jerk off instructions.
Oh
I
yeah.
could make a new niche of it and just do like real
Just
thick
probably, yeah.
Western-
Go on, grab it.
Get it out.
Yeah, tug it.
Would you rather sleep with someone who refuses to take off socks or someone who keeps eye contact the entire time? That's easy.
The socks.
What?
I don't want eye contact the entire time. Are you crazy?
I
the whole
do.
time.
I do.
Oh my god, no, never.
I like it very intense.
No, I don't like it. I like a bit of eye, not a bit, like a lot of eye contact, but not the whole damn time. Because also sometimes I just think.
Well, yeah, I guess you have to break gaze to like look at the bit.
Yeah, like exactly. I don't want you to just be looking in my eye, like.
But I hate the sight of a man wearing nothing but socks.
Yeah, it would be a turn off. Like I think either way, I probably wouldn't be smashing. But I would rather sleep with someone who had their socks on than someone who's just like eyeballing me the whole time.
But obviously, like if it was the eyeball, it would have to be someone who you're like in love with, right? Like you have to.
Yeah.
When we do like
Yeah.
second date.
Yeah, just like. Because I just think about the whole
I'm like,
time.
blink twice.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm asking for Angela.
Angela ain't gonna help you here.
Yeah.
Would you rather be caught masturbating by your postman or by a childhood friend you haven't seen in 10 years?
Postman.
Obviously.
Yeah. Crack on, get involved.
Yeah.
My postman's fit.
Is he?
Yeah, my
Some of them
postman's
are.
hot. Yeah,
Some
my
of them are.
postman's fit in them shorts. Yeah, go on then, crack on,
It's
love.
quite a nice uniform.
Yeah, I like it. It's very flattering.
Yeah, with the little side bag.
Yeah.
You think, oh, you carry all them letters.
Yeah,
To stay.
you got good.
All the way to the top of the block.
Honey, you got
Every
course.
day.
Yeah, and I ain't got no lift in my block, so I know that them.
Calves.
They're. Yeah.
Okay, so we know you want to fuck the postman.
Yeah.
You don't even want to fucking.
Yeah.
That's just the.
Yeah,
the
on
amuse
purpose.
bouche.
Yeah, exactly.
The
It just-
masturbation is
Yeah,
just.
but imagine I like open the door and I'm just wanking. Oh, you caught me.
Does that need signing?
Yeah. Oh my god, that is filthy. I love it.
Okay, last one.
Okay.
Would you rather? Sorry, farts are funny. I don't know why. Would you rather fart loudly every time you come or hiccup every time you kiss?
Fart when I come.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because also I think if you like,
I feel like the added pressure might make it better.
yeah, that's true. And I also feel like if I was getting with someone and they didn't laugh if I farted when I come, then that would be a good detector that I don't want to fuck with you.
Yeah.
Because it's funny.
Yeah.
Like when you're doing doggy and then you accidentally do a funny fart after.
Yeah, of course. I was just, you
Fucking
literally
jokes.
took the fucking words out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Every woman has been pumped full of air.
Yeah.
Right?
And then you just go.
And if you're a man that's never done that, I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Then that sounds like
That's
an
on
issue.
you.
Yeah.
But it happens.
Yeah.
And sometimes, when things go in, stuff must come out.
Exactly. And like I love a
And
fanny
if
fart.
you cannot laugh,
yeah, then I want
if
nothing
I
to do
fanny
with
fart
you.
because of you,
Yeah, I want nothing
I
to
want
do with you.
nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
I don't even want to let you come.
Yeah.
I just want to get up and go.
Yeah. Come on, man.
I
That's
also
banner.
love to laugh during sex.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, I love it to be serious and all of that. But I like things.
Playfulness.
Yeah, I like playfulness. And
Yeah.
sometimes funny shit happens.
Exactly, because
Do
you're
you know what I
like
mean?
fucking naked and bits flopping all around the place.
Yeah,
Like sometimes dumb shit happens.
Also, sex is experimental.
Yeah.
Right? So it's
Yeah, sometimes you're like, okay, that's funny, that doesn't work. That's not doing it for me. But it's funny to try, and having that comfortability with someone is nice. So, well, that brings us to the end of today's episode.
It does. It's been so nice to catch up. I feel like this was a bit of an extra long one, but it's been so much to catch
exactly.
up on.
No, it's been nice. Yeah.
But yeah, it's actually bittersweet because obviously we're going to be doing more regular podcasts, like we said at the beginning, but we're not going to be doing them
In
as
person,
often together.
yeah.
But that's going to be sad, but I'm excited to be in Bristol.
Yeah.
Anyone in Bristol or near Bristol or anyone who wants to get booked in with me with tattooing, you can do that. I'll be coming to London regularly doing guest spots as well. But I'll be working with my girl Heidi in Bristol at Blue Dream Tattoo and also my girl Peggy at Cosmic Garden.
Ooh.
So yeah, if you want to come and get the cute fairy girl vibes,
Yeah, very
come
cute.
and see me with my little fairy girls in Bristol.
Yeah, that's
so
gonna.
cute.
It's gonna be nice, and like it is bittersweet because, yeah, you don't need to know about where we live, but we live close, and yeah, it'll be sad not to be able to just wander down and do a quick pod or have a little beer or something. So, but it's been really nice to catch up for sure.
Come over and cry.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll be crying on FaceTime to each other.
Yeah. And if when's this going out, like next week? Tomorrow.
Woo!
Well,
We got that quick turnaround,
yeah. Well, the turnaround's going to be quick, so if you want to catch me anywhere, I've got a lot of gigs coming up. I'm at Up the Creek on Sunday, the Sunday special, which is going to be good. And then next week, I will post them on my Instagram because I just looked at my diary and I was like, I'm not about to start reeling them off. But I've got a lot of good shit coming up in the diary. So do follow me on Instagram and I'll be posting about them. And come see me, come see Grace, get some laughs, get some tattoos, get some pokes, get some jokes.
Hey!
But yeah, thank you so much for watching as always. Rate the shit, 5 stars.
All that boring
Subscribe
shit.
to shit.
Yeah, like, subscribe.
Follow, suggest.
Click the bell, do all that shit.
all them thing there, and also don't forget to send in any funny stories if there's anything you thought about.
Any funny stories that you think we should know? Dating disasters, we would love to hear about that, so we can talk about it on the next pod.
Yeah.
We'll try and think about some disasters that we've had with men, but there's
there's actually too many.
there's too many to count.
And also, my memory's not great.
Well, we block it off, right?
Yeah.
Push it down and
Put
never
it
think
in the
of it.
trauma box, yeah.
Exactly. Right. Love you.
Yeah, love you too. Oh, thanks for watching. Bye.